So Microsoft is, kind of running out of ways to surprise people with, announcements and things like that. I think that obviously is going to continue to be a difficult thing to do, and for a lot of reasons. Quite clearly, Xbox not really having any exclusives. Xbox kind of being tight-lipped and not exactly, being upfront with people. I think that is going to kind of leave some bad taste in mouths. But I also think there is a way that you can surprise people. I do think that there is, a lot of interesting things kind of going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And, with that being said, I feel like Microsoft still has some interesting aspects and some behind the scenes things and some surprises that really can, surprise all of the fans, So we'll see if that'll be, something that can actually produce some people to get excited about the future of the platform. I'm a little bit reluctant to say one way or the other yet, but I want to get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Crab Gamer. This is Crab Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I do daily gaming content, so if you guys are looking for, something to watch every single day, I do that. And it's just much appreciated if you guys just like the content. Microsoft kind of started something with some of these like drops and things like that, like stealth drops, shadow drops. There's multiple rumored ones that Microsoft might be doing this year for Game Pass and things like that. And now we have a bit of a cool situation with another game that looks like it might get shadow dropped, and maybe just like, again, they're going to announce it and then drop it. And I think that's a pretty cool way to do things, because it's like, even though these things kind of sometimes leak out or they're heavily rumored, it's still nice when they actually do kind of come out and people are excited about them and things like that. So again, I'm very excited to see if this kind of works out, and if this is something that people kind of respond to. Like I said, Microsoft is running out of ways to really kind of get people on board with what they're doing. So we'll kind of see how things like this work. So if you didn't know, it looks like we could be seeing a situation where a much loved game, Elder Scrolls 4, a remake of that game actually coming out and stealth dropping on the platform, which I think would be a pretty cool thing. It's been a good few months now that we've been hearing about a possible remake of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, although Microsoft is yet to even officially announce the title at this time. Following more of the rumors about the title arriving soon, earlier in the week it seemed like there's a possibility we don't get any lead time in at all from the announcement to the actual release of the game, meaning they'll announce it as they release it. The information coming from prominent leaker Nate the Hate, one of the sources prior Oblivion remake rumors, was him adding to their information as well. The insider says that the gap between the reveal and the release will be minimal, and that the shadow drop is possible from Bethesda and Microsoft. He says, a quick update on Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion announcement and release timing. As plans stand, both the release and the reveal are targeting April. The gap between the reveal and release will be minimal. A shadow drop is possible. So, as for exactly when the shadow drop could happen, it seems like the leaker isn't super certain, saying that the game was never planned for Xbox Developer Direct back in January. And while we have the big Nintendo Switch 2 Direct coming in just a few weeks, they haven't heard of a Switch 2 version of the title. Somebody says, reveal at Switch 2 Direct perhaps, and he says, haven't heard of it. And the expectation is that the info doesn't match. So anyway, ultimately we'll have to wait and see where things go with the Oblivion remake rumors, but it sounds like there's not long to go before Xbox reveals and potentially releases this. So many of the rumors coming out of Microsoft right now, it's about time some of the stuff got official announcements from the team. And again, it's just kind of an exciting thing to see happen, in my opinion. So, again, Microsoft has a lot of interesting things going on behind the scenes. I personally just think that, as we kind of go along, we might start to see some of these things kind of come out and leak a little bit. But again, just kind of where I'm standing, Microsoft probably needs to come up with some better ideas to get people on board with their platform. It's like, I think Xbox is good, but how, like a lot of the things that we see coming up lately, like, oh, they might do an OEM handheld that's Xbox branded, but of course it's it's not exactly going to play Xbox games. So we have those situations, and again, we could be seeing some different things happen. Microsoft has a lot of things, a lot of money. I mean, that's for sure. They have a ton of money, and they can pretty much do whatever they want. I think obviously gamers are going to react differently, and we'll see how people kind of respond to what Microsoft has to show and what Microsoft is releasing. I think both things are going to be interesting to see how they kind of come about or whatever. But shadow dropping stuff, we've also heard about, like the Tony Hawk thing could be, well, that's not going to be shadow drop, but that is going to be dropped day one into Game Pass, which is interesting. And at the same time, I think obviously Microsoft has some interesting things coming up. They're going to have a big summer showcase. I mean, obviously we're in this time where we're going to start seeing the games that they announce and things are going to be not exclusive, but still going to be interesting stuff, because the first party stuff does release on Game Pass. So there is that to kind of look forward to. But I think it does add a little bit level of excitement. I know that probably the majority of people literally do not care about the Game Pass stuff. Like, if you're on PlayStation, I doubt it's going to be a reason for you to go, oh man, I can't wait to go. I got to get me an Xbox so that I can play these games on the rental service. Like, I get it, but I also understand the excitement behind having these kind of things, because it is nice to be able to get these announcements and stuff like that. So I look at it as kind of a definite good thing, and I also look at it as something that if Microsoft continues to have good games and continues to have great well received games, we could see a situation where people could end up buying into Xbox, that hadn't before, and is that going to be something that we start to see a lot more of? I don't know, but it would be nice. I think Microsoft, they're not what they used to be in terms of how they used to be able to kind of, in my opinion, they'd interact with the fans, and they would, just really make everybody feel like, hey man, Xbox is something. Xbox is gonna be something. Xbox is gonna be something special, and we're gonna have us versus them mentality and all that kind of stuff. So again, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to see what what's going on with it, and how this kind of stuff is changing over time. But Microsoft kind of, they did their own thing, and I guess they kind of have to live with it, and we'll see if that's something that can continue to, maybe drive Xbox to survive a little bit longer anyway. I would love to see Xbox be able to go out there and actually be competitive, but unfortunately I'm not sure that that's ever going to happen. Even though I would love to see that happen, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to see that happen too, for a lot of reasons. I think probably one of the biggest reasons is we all get better things when that happens, when there's competition, and there's just no doubt about it. And I always remind people, hey, go look at the Xbox 360 era, when we got the best deals, the best games, the best everything, because that competition was so hotly contested between Microsoft and Sony. And clearly that paid off good for us as gamers, but maybe not as good for the console makers themselves. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I certainly appreciate it. If you guys enjoy the content, like it, share it, and subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer Out.